Alright, welcome back to another video. So on this video, what I've done is I have essentially used this effect here, the basic 3D effect. You can see there's also the 3D rotate effect. Um, so we might try that one as well. It looks like it's a slightly newer effect. But what I wanted to do here is actually more than, this is what we've got at the moment. So it gives you quite a subtle 3D effect, I think. Um, but I think what I really wanted to highlight was this important thing. So here's the numbers here, minus 30, minus 10, minus 50. And then it goes to minus 20, 0, minus 40. So a couple of things that I want to mention before. One is if you want to get this to appear, you just have to do that, right? This button here is very important. The other thing as well is that this is all quite neat and tidy, right? Normally it looks like this though, of course. And when it looks like this, you can't actually see anything on the screen. So that is a slight problem. This is really, really useful. So you've got keyframe properties, uh, edited properties. If you click on any of these things, you press Control A, you can select various things. And the same thing actually works here, right? You could select them all like that. Would be the best one to do it. We just auto bezier. Could do something like that if you wanted. And the other thing, of course, to mention is if you want it to loop, loop is there. So what we could do is just with this general shape is we could use a distance to image and scale to kind of change it, right? So say we wanted to go, what if we were actually way further away, right? Maybe we did want to start way further away. Let's see how that would look, right? What it sort of tells you is that because we're further away now, we might want to actually swivel it further, right? So we could do a much deeper swivel here. And what we're going to do is actually just going to put these a little bit closer so that we get a even cooler effect, right? A bit closer. So you could say that the swivel needs to increase a little bit there. I mean, you could even go really far with it. I mean, if you actually had it at 90, for example, it could start from a black screen. Starting from a black screen is always useful, right? If the previous clip has ended on a black screen, you could be like, okay, now we're getting to this section. Let's play it real time. So you can see how those numbers at the beginning basically is a good framework. I've gone in one direction, but you can imagine we could go in a bunch of different directions from there, right? We didn't do anything with the tilt though. So maybe we should go back. All right, let's go back to this point. All right, so let's think of now another way we can move. Maybe with the tilt, right? So I think always we need to make sure that we're in a. Here's an interesting one. Let's try moving. We know our tilt is going to be 0 at the end, right? So what would happen if we go to different tilt levels? All right, so on this one, we want to go as far as we can in, but we don't want this screen to disappear, right? All right, so I think with the scale here, we might need to, if we're going to end the scale here, we might need to go a little bit higher on the scale here. Can even actually move the position a little bit as well. Shouldn't make a huge amount of difference. Let's see when we go right in here. This will be interesting as well. Probably not quite what you want. If we go the other way, it does give you quite a lot of flexibility though, for sure, right? Because we're starting... in a way, you don't even need to affect that too much. I think it's kind of like choose either the scale or the distance to image to affect more.